Welcome to the Nailsin Ratings. I thought I'd do yet another Doctor Who video. This one just on the idea of the look and outfit of Doctor Who, well, which is significant. And yes, it is a costume for a character per se in the sense of theater. Characters are always wearing costumes. But specifically in the 80s, this is often referred to as the costume era, where the Doctor's outfit really did just become a costume. It's almost like a superhero outfit in the sense that it never changes. It just stays there, and it's overly done and exaggerated beyond even the eccentricities of the character. In the past, you had Hartnell and Troughton pretty interchangeable. The only difference was in style, and where Troughton was more of a slob compared to Hartnell's, button down and proper Doctor. Then you had Pertwee, who there you're getting into kind of a costume there with the ruffled shirt and the opera cape and all that sort of thing. But there, he was allowed to change clothes. So the style remained, but he had, different colored jackets and that sort of thing. He didn't always wear the cape and what have you, and so on and so forth. And then you get to Tom Baker, whose main stylistic look, of course, was the scarf. Everything else kind of changed. He always had a coat of some sort. Originally, it was kind of a smaller coat, kind of a reddish brown thing deal, and later on he had the long frock coats, which pretty much became standard. But there again, those would change. They had the dark ones, and then you had the gray ones, back and forth throughout. And other aspects of his clothes would change. Sometimes he had the hat, but most of the time he didn't. Sort of things like that. But he always had the scarf, and the scarf was the main deal, and that's the style and look of his Doctor. By the time John Nathan Turner takes over, then we're getting into the 80s, and thus the costume era began. And so he redressed Tom Baker's Doctor in this maroon outfit. It's all one color and all one theme. It's clearly thought through. He got rid of the multicolored scarf and gave him a new scarf, an all maroon scarf. And it was just a big pile of scarf on top of this thing with a very long maroon colored coat. And strange little short pants, and to show off the Argyle socks, which Tom Baker himself didn't like. I don't think he liked any of that. He didn't really care for the direction of the show, which probably accounts for his decision to leave at the end of that season. And so midway through that, you notice he starts wearing boots again because he didn't care for the shoes. Interestingly enough, his last episode where the Doctor regenerates, you can clearly see there's Tom Baker on the ground. He's got his boots on. He regenerates in the Peter Davison. Later on in the TARDIS, you see Peter Davison trying to find the Zero Room, and he's using remnants of his own outfit to keep as a guide to where he is, because the TARDIS was difficult to navigate inside and all that. Anyway, he's wearing the shoes. He's not wearing the boots. How did that happen? Maybe he changed on the way in. But that's what Nathan Turner wanted his Doctor to wear, but Baker just refused to do it because it was kind of stupid. Plus, it just didn't fit in with what he had been doing all along, and the idea that he would take the time, hey, I want an all maroon outfit, and I'm going to wear it every single day. That was just too stupid. Meanwhile, Romana would have a different episode a different outfit each episode. So it was just, you've got this guy wearing a costume basically, and then it was just overdoing it, and it was foolish. So, what could they have done to fix that? Well, first, you just could have left him with his scarf, and it probably would have just worked out, and probably add in the boots, and that would have been okay. And the coat was fine, I guess, but just having it all this one theme and everything, I just don't really see his Doctor thinking that through about something like that. So very simple to kind of fix Tom Baker last season outfit. At the very least, just give him his old scarf back. So Tom Baker leaves, Peter Davison comes in, and so the idea of the look of Peter's Doctor was the cricket outfit primarily because apparently John Nathan Turner had a picture of him on the wall in a cricket outfit because he had been in a cricket match. And it's not a bad idea. It's pretty good. Just a sweater and that sort of thing, and that look is okay. Well, he gives him that coat, which is a sort of a callback to Tom Baker's frock coats, but Tom Baker's frock coats look like coats you could actually go and find, whereas Peter Davison's yellow coat just didn't. Where would you find that? You know, it's obviously created for the purposes of the show and everything, but to my knowledge, cricket players do not wear these long frock coats with these bright colors and everything. They do have these jackets, I suppose, for ceremonial names or trophies or what have you. I'm not up on cricket. But that would have made more sense for him to have at least a jacket. So it probably should have been a jacket. I don't know if yellow and little red stripes would be similar to ones that are actually in use, but I think it would have been more passable. The rest of it is fine because that is the cricket outfit, the sweater. But probably over time, let him have different sweaters. I think they changed it once, only slightly, and that was about it. He should have been allowed to do that, and in different pants and stuff like that. And the coat, which should have been a jacket, could have been a jacket. So I did a little play around with Photoshop and did a few examples of what could have been. So there's Peter Davison in a rather bland version, kind of toned down a bit, and might have gone a long way to what they were heading for, where Peter Davison's doctor was supposed to be a more serious, heroic character, to be in contrast to Tom Baker's wild, zany doctor, and Davison would be a bit more toned down. Some eccentricities here and there, but a more serious level, rather. And so an outfit like this probably would have gone a long way to make that a bit believable. And so he just could have had the simple jacket, the sweater, and the sweater probably would have been his main calling card of his look and style. Not the same sweater over and over again, not a costume per se, and so on and so forth. And he could have changed out the jacket and have a more cricket-looking jacket like I did here, and that sort of thing, which gets a bit more kind of costumey and doctorish, but you know, not as over the top, I don't think, as the other one, which is just some coat that's specifically made out of the blue for his outfit. And so it might have worked better for Peter Davison's doctor, but well, it didn't happen that way. So but Peter Davison didn't get the worst of the costume era. No, he didn't. You know who did. Oh boy, the sad circumstances of Colin Baker, who has turned out to be quite a really fascinating and enjoyable doctor at Big Finish in the audio stories. He's done some really great work there, which just goes to show he just was not utilized accurately by the crew behind Doctor Who at the time, and it's sad. But they gave him an uphill battle right off the bat when they dressed him up in that idiot clown outfit. Which even by Doctor Who standards just doesn't work. It's hard to get into the shows with you seeing this guy do that, and it doesn't fit at all. He's not this zany, crazy guy. He was the arrogant doctor, a narcissist doctor, you know, full of himself type guy, and I just don't see him wearing that. I believe that Baker had asked for maybe he would have like a dark black coat or something like that, probably like what Capaldi ended up with. And they said, no, we need something zany. And John Nathan Turner wanted it to be all, you know, a bunch of colors and bad taste. And well, it succeeded, but yeah, that one really just doesn't work out very well. And again, doesn't fit the character. I could see a story where maybe while he was still crazy after his regeneration, because it kind of went bad, that he might have worn that for a while, and then after he regains his senses, he just kind of throws it away and blames Perry. I can't believe you let me walk around in that, you know, something like that, and then moves on to a more sensible outfit that fits the character. In a lot of ways, he was a callback to William Hartnell's Doctor, just in a younger man. And so you would think it'd be more of an outfit like this, you know, which is kind of a typical Doctor Who outfit. You know, it kind of ends up what Paul McGann was wearing in the TV movie. But somewhere along those lines, where you could see him, you know, being full of himself. It's still kind of flashy, and it's, you know, it's going to be out of time, certainly in the 80s, and that sort of thing. But that is a typical trope of Doctor Who. So something along those lines could have been the case for his Doctor, and not in the clown outfit. Sticking to the bad taste in a guy who doesn't understand fashion and that sort of thing. At the time of the 80s period, I did think of another Photoshop that I could do, and this was based on, apparently there are costume shops that offer costumes from the Goonies. Who knew? And so here you have something that could have been, because John Nathan Turner favored these Hawaiian shirts, and people thought that might have been his inspiration for looking for a ridiculous outfit for Colin Baker. Well, why not just give him the Hawaiian shirts? That might have gone a lot better than the clown outfit. And here I had this sort of basic stripped down outfit that it just goes to show that Baker's Doctor didn't care. And he just throws this on, probably some outfit he would have found at a place or whatever, depending on what adventure they would have had. It would have had to have been in contemporary times. Here he just has this silly little jacket, little cheap jacket, the shirt, and well, the pants is probably something Charlton could have worn, and so on and so forth. And the shoes might have been the same shoes he was wearing when he regenerated from Peter Davison. So there you have a very simplistic outfit that kind of predicts some of the simplistic outfits you see in the new version. They're not all that overdone with the new Doctors and all that. But anyway, so still maybe not as elegant as the original idea I had, but still would have been an improvement on the clown outfit. And so maybe Colin Baker would have had a better shot. I don't know, because a lot of the scripts in the later days of the Doctor Who series just weren't that great, and so the show was in bad shape, and it's no wonder that it ended up being canceled not long after Colin Baker's time. So next up we have one from the 80s who was probably had the best of the outfits, which was Sylvester McCoy. His outfit is toned down, all the zaniness is taken away, and it's an outfit, and plus he was allowed to change clothes. He didn't always have the same jacket. There was a dark one and a light one, you know, very simple. And they let him get still they stuck him with the stupid Riddler question mark symbols all over the sweater vest, and the Penguin's and Riddler umbrella to carry around. Boy, that was terrible. I suppose they could have gone with a more toned down look, and then I photoshopped this one from this outfit from what is that, the what are they called, the Emporium? I forget where I got it from, but they sell these old outfits from previous eras for, I guess, steampunk people and stuff like that. But there he is. I didn't take the pipe out, but who knows, he may have liked the pipe. But so there would have been something like that without the question marks and whatnot, and you know, kind of a rather standard Doctor Who outfit, and it would have been a look, but it would have been probably a little too similar if they'd gone with the one I had for Colin Baker, and his would have been a little too similar. Of course, if he had followed the second one I did for Colin Baker, then it might have worked. But basically the one he had, which kind of reminds me of Kolchak the Night Stalker, especially with the hat, that could have worked. But since the hat was a common a piece for his look, that could have helped differentiate him from anything Colin Baker might have worn. So there you go, that could have worked out. So now the new, like I said, the new Doctor Who's, the outfits weren't all that zany. The only thing, I guess, was David Tennant's shoes, and that's about it. Now that there's Jodie Whittaker coming in the outfit they gave her, it's pretty bad. There's some aspects of it doesn't bother me at all. I think the worst part about it is the stupid pants, and if they change that. And I did some drawings earlier, and you can see those here, where I suggested you can keep the style, which is basically going to be dominated and defined by the coat. So you give her that, she's got her hoodie and all that on it, and you just change up the outfit and let her change clothes. So she starts out with this fine, but yes, let the doctor change clothes. Because, you know, it's going to get pretty ripe in the old TARDIS if you don't change clothes, you know. So hopefully they'll do that. But there is something that the 80s outfit-wise was not one to look to for inspiration, because they were pretty awful, with the exception of Sylvester McCoy's, which he got the better one of the deal. So there you go. Thanks for watching and listening. Do check out the link description below for my mini stores, which have tons of goodies for you. And by the way, why not like and subscribe? And we'll do this again. Bye-bye.